G'day, Stu here from UAVfutures, and today we're going to be checking out, you guys have already seen part 1, this is part 2 review of the Furibee Fuuton, or the Furibee 5-inch. Now if you haven't seen part 1, I'm going to leave a little link up here, go check that out. But what we're going to be doing in this video, we're going to be taking it out and flying it around. But before we do that, I'm going to stick it on the bench and sort of explain why it took so long to get this second part of the video out, because I did have to replace some parts. And then we'll take it out, fly it around, we'll get Grumpy Trev to fly it around as well, and also some other people, because I know this quad was a bit of a lifesaver for another pilot I fly around with, Lockie. He had an absolute blast with it, and it was super quick. Anyway, enough rambling, let's stick it on the bench before we take it out and rip it around. Alright, let's do it. Okie dokie, so very quickly, before we take it out, fly it around and get Grumpy Trev to check it out as well, the two things that I had to change in this, number one was very simple. I simply changed out the props. There's some of my favourite Cyclone props out here on the outside, so we are going to be rocking some different props. And then the other thing, which was actually a bit of a major change, in here we've got the Kakoot, this one's had a heap of crashes, but we've had the Kakoot all-in-one flight controller. Absolutely awesome little flight controller, super clean stack, everything's built in, really like it, except when I first got this one, this is why this review took so long, I just couldn't get it to work. Like, it would half fire up. It was very, very strange. I could not problem solve the issue, so I definitely had a faulty board in there from the start. So that part was a bit of a letdown. So what I had to do, I put a replacement in here, so another, the exact same type of boards in here, so everything should be exactly the same. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. So a little bit disappointing that I had to put in a new board. Look, maybe it was just me, and I know a lot of people have had success with these, flying these around. I've seen a few videos of them, and I haven't heard of any other issues. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know that I did have to replace my main flight controller board just there. Anyway, enough rambling, let's get to the good stuff. Let's jump down to the field, because you guys are going to love to see how this thing goes. Alright, let's jump down to the field in 3, 2, 1, boop! Alrighty, down here in the field, it's super windy today, surprise, surprise. But we're going to be checking out the Furibee Fuuton. So all I've done, I put some Cyclone props on here, and now we're ready to rock and roll. So let's do it. Alrighty, so here it is, and get ready for this. Good lord, this thing was fast. Like, I was not expecting this. Here it is on some full sort of passes, full punch runs, and look how fast this thing is burning. And don't forget, this is a budget quad, so doing a bit of acro here, and this thing felt great in the air from the get-go. It sort of made my jaw drop a little bit, actually. What I had done, because this was such a budget quad, I guess, or it's so sort of cheap, I cranked the camera angle to max, and I thought, yeah, that should help me get a bit of speed. But I definitely pushed it past where I was feeling comfortable. So I tried to do the circuit, and this thing at this camera angle just felt a little bit too quick for me. So you can see I couldn't handle this thing flying around. I definitely had to come in later and reduce the tilt, because this thing was an absolute beast. I think right here I'm floating around, just checking that asking Trev to check if the GoPro's still on there. He gave me the all clear. Still going, and just look at it, just punches a little bit of a hole in the sky, and I just changed its direction on a dime because it's so light. So I was very, very impressed with this quad. Also too, like, for such a cheap quad, it's carrying a GoPro really, really well, so quick. Yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of this. It's great to see them step up from the Furibee 180, which I wasn't a fan of at all, and then finally see them make, a bit of a decent, well, not better than decent, a really, really fast, cheap quad to get a lot of people into the game. So I had an absolute blast flying it around. Yeah, and it was probably a little bit quick for my skills, or I need to put that camera angle down, because at its current state, this thing was just an absolute rocket when you're flying around. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun, and yeah, a very, very cool little quad. I think I have a little crash just here somewhere trying to hit that gate. Anyway, let's give it over to Grumpy Trev. Alright, so I've just flown the Fuuton around, or whatever it's called anyway, but now let's give it over to Grumpy Trev. I crashed a little bit, but I was pretty impressed with it, so let's see what he thinks.
It looks pretty good, nice thick frame, looks pretty solid. I reckon it looks alright. Give it a go, see if it flies as good as it looks. Nice OSD, really like that. It's got some punch. This is alright. I can't believe how much go this thing's got. It really handles nice. Even though Stu bet the props, it's still going pretty good. I haven't got much vibration at all. Handles really, oh, this is good. It's fast for what it is. Bloody good out of the box. Like, it doesn't rate with the Tyrant or any of that, but it's not bad. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is the first time we had where the flight controller was crook out of the box, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I had to switch it out, which was a bit of a shame. How's it going once I've replaced it though?
But it's nice now. It's way better than I thought it was going to be. Surprisingly so, it's still got plenty of punch. The OSD is really cool, very clear.
What do you reckon?
Yep. You could have some fun with this. Like if you're on a budget, there's nothing wrong with this. This is great. The handle's great.
Alrighty, so give me a grumpy Trev rating out of 10. What do you reckon?
Well, wasn't okay. If you're on a budget, it's okay. On the crapometer, it's probably about a 6.
Okay.
We need to know how much it is. Hang on. $206. What a bargain. I can't believe that's all it is. That's for something that fast. I can't believe it. Yeah, look, if you're on a budget, $206, you can't really go wrong. Get you into the game and have a lot of fun, and it's going to be pretty hard to break, I reckon, by the look of this.
Alrighty, so there it is. There's my review of the Furibee 5-inch futon, and I've got to say, I'm solidly impressed. This thing, because of how light it was an absolute weapon in the air, and the only downside I had, which is, look, it's a kind of a considerable one, it didn't work straight away. Like, because I had to replace that board and track down another Holybro Kahoot all-in-one flight controller, it did take a little bit of time. So I don't know if I just got unlucky with that board, but that's something to know. But once I'd replaced that, this thing was golden. Like, it was so fast, and I really wasn't expecting it to be quite as good. And I don't think Trev was either. And yeah, I know that Lockie had a great time flying this around after he smashed up his quad, and he couldn't believe how smooth this thing was. And yeah, I think overall, fantastic job, Furibee, to come from something like the 180 Furibee, which I thought was junk, to really step it up and make an awesome racer that I think, you know, it really did hammer along and was super smooth. I think they've done a fantastic job. Anyway, hopefully you guys like that. Hopefully you like Grumpy Trev's grumblings. But other than that, subscribe for more FPV related content. And as always, happy flying. Alrighty, a little bit of a bonus clip right here. So we've been out here, we've probably smashed like 40 packs. It's been a really long day. Heaps of stuff's broken. But this guy right here, this is Lockie. He smashed up his quad, so I was like, you know what, why don't you just fly the futon all day? And what did you reckon? Because after Lockie put more packs through this than anybody else.
It was fantastic. Compared to this quad, which is the GB190, it was just so smooth, incredibly responsive.
How was it compared to say the GB190, which has red bottoms and some other like known brand stuff? How was it compared to that?
I just felt this was so much better. It was easier to fly. It was quicker. I can't put it any differently. It was just so much better.
Alrighty, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Definitely subscribe if you're new to the channel and check out these videos. And I'm also going to leave a little link here to my Patreon page, because I've got some fantastic Patreon supporters and I like to give back to them as well. So if you want to join the UAV Futures family, there's things like bonus Velcro straps, little bundles of FPV goodies and things like that that also get sent out. Anyway, happy flying.